Isaiah 40 to 31. The verse that carried me through rehab from one Bible verse SW. I lost everything in a second, but it took months to rebuild who I was. It was a rainy evening, the kind you don't think twice about. I was late for work and speeding just a little. Then the screech, the impact, the darkness. When I woke up, I couldn't move my legs. The doctor's voice was gentle, but the truth wasn't. Your spinal cord's been severely bruised. Recovery will be long, maybe uncertain. I wanted to scream, cry, run, but all I could do was blink away tears and stare at the ceiling tiles that would become my sky for the next few months. By life, by people, even by God. At first, I felt abandoned. The first week in rehab, I didn't speak to anyone, not even my physical therapist, a kind woman named Marie, who kept showing up with patience and prayer in her eyes. She'd say, "We're gonna stand, you and me. Maybe not today, but someday." I didn't believe her, not really. Then one morning, she came in holding a small framed card. "I read this every morning," she said, placing it on the windowsill where sunlight caught it just right. "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." Isaiah 40 to 31. Something about those words lodged themselves deep in my heart. Walk, run, soar. They weren't just verbs, they were promises. I whispered them the next day when pain stabbed through my back during therapy. And when I finally stood for the first time, with shaking legs and gritted teeth, I cried them out loud. Days I collapsed, days I wanted to quit. Day by day, that verse became my anthem. It may not look like wings, but it will feel like freedom. When others said, "You've got grit," I shook my head and said, "No, I've got grace." There were setbacks, but Isaiah 40 to 31 reminded me I wasn't rising on my own strength, I was rising on His. 8 months later, I walked into my church slowly, clumsily, but on my own feet. People stood and clapped. I wept, not just because I was walking, but because I had learned something even deeper. Hope isn't just for the healed, it's for the hurting. And God is closest not when we're strong, but when we're too weak to stand without Him. Friend, if you re in a season where the mountain feels too high or the pain too deep down to give up, hope in the Lord, you will renew your strength. Share and comment this if you believe God still writes the best stories.